The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no gentleman zone space in the world, because neither one of us have law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I am not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show.
Sons, baby.
How you feel today?
I feel good. Yeah, I mean, it's
getting brisk, man.
it is. It's
hoodie season.
Hoodie season. I had to throw on one.
Shout out to the P Creative.
Yes, man. Thank you. He blessed me with a great one. I put that on yesterday, and
I can't throw this hoodie on. I'm melting this fucking studio.
No, you gotta keep the hood off.
I'm dark chocolate. I don't want to melt yet.
Keep the hood off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he blessed me with a great one. Listen, man, they're real dope. Y'all should go check out P_K Studios on IG, and he's got the Toronto Born collection line, and then he's just got some regular stuff that he's doing under the P_K Studios moniker. And it's not just hoodies, it's t-shirts, it's he does candles and soaps too, man. So it's a wide range of products that he's got on his page, and we represent. And especially now that it's gonna be hoodie season, he says he's got a couple of like varsity jackets, like the cotton ones. I think I'm gonna have to pressure him for one of those.
Yeah, definitely, man. Folks at home, welcome. If you're in your car, you rocking with us on this lovely day, whenever day you get on it, whatever. It's a fresh Tuesday.
He said some shit, so hopefully you don't swerve or anything like that and run into nobody's back, right? Just pay attention to the road while you're out there.
Yes.
We're here to entertain. We're not here to distract.
That's a fact. YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, you know the spots. Google us, and podicalsons.com.
.com, baby.
So yes. I don't know. We got a lot. All right, let's get to the polls first.
All right,
let's get to the polls because today is, it's a day after September 11th, so it's September 12th.
September 12th.
It's been 20 years. 20 years since 9/11. 20 years since Afghanistan. So I mean, we got some stuff to kind of just graze on.
Did we go? How long after 9/11 did it take us to go into Afghanistan?
They ponied up like in October, and I think I'm pretty sure
because we went to different places first before we got into Afghanistan. No, it was straight into Afghanistan. I could have swore we hit some like smaller places and kind of crept into Afghanistan.
Probably,
or there was other proxy wars going on at the time.
There was tons of proxy wars.
Right. Okay.
Tons of proxy wars, because even like the Tamil stuff is still popping off over there and everything like that on that side of the world, like the Sri Lankan side.
Yeah.
So there was tons of proxy wars and stuff just kind of popping off, but I think they start mingling. America went in first and Canada followed.
Right.
And I think Canada like has a base in Kandahar, right?
I believe so. Yes.
And I think
I think that's where no, that I was about to say Kadeem or Kabret, that kid who got arrested when he was like a child. I think he was actually Canadian, and he threw something at the American soldier.
Is that the one that ended up going to Gitmo?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say Kandahar, but it was an American. It was an American soldier that he attacked, so it would have been a different base.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk to one of the first polls. So the first poll was kind of more related to Labor Day.
Okay.
Because like as a hot dog's a sandwich was before. That was going to the Labor Day weekend.
Right. And
which beer is more worse, Heineken or Budweiser? 80% said Bud. I would fuck with Bud over Heineken.
You fuck with Bud over Heineken?
Any day. Heineken has to be like frost cold for me.
Yeah.
Frost cold. Bud, you could be like, chuck it to me warm, chuck it to me cold. It ain't shit. It's like juice to me.
But it's funny because American beer always had that stigma of it being like
weaker. Watered down? Yeah. But like this, the Molson Canadian I had in Cleveland was different from the Molson Canadian I drink here, right?
Really?
Yeah. The taste, like, it was definitely a watered down step down.
Okay.
I feel like they're missing some wheat and barley and all that. I was like, this ain't Canadian. They're like, it is. I'm like, no. the lies you American.
Listen,
folks
I
tell.
remember one time Labatt's was doing their maximum ice. That was like a damn near 7 point something alcohol.
Is that the black
percent.
one? The black
That was
label?
the black and silver label.
Yeah. 7.5.
That was at least 7. I think it was at least 7.
They got one in the is it Scotland or the UK or Ireland? I can't remember where.
Right.
Shit called Snake Bite. That's like the strongest beer in the world. And
What's that at?
It's like 100 proof something.
Wow.
I'm like, how's that shit still considered beer?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't fuck around.
I'm like, anything over 90 proof, you're supposed to be able to light and use as fuel.
Yo, they got that. Is it Crest or Faxi? The one that's like 11%.
I remember we had one that was in that range. I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of it.
Did we bought those bullshit? Yeah, we bought some.
We bought one. I think there was something monkey. What's that? Flying monkey.
Flying monkey got high like that.
Was it that?
Oh, by the way, all these names, yo, cut the check.
Yes. Or at least send cases.
Yo, send. Yo, Flying Monkey had this watermelon beer. I don't know, might be the coon in me. Yo, I don't know.
That one had you.
That one
That one
I had
had
that
you.
beer.
It had you searching for the chicken beer right
Yo,
after.
I was looking for some chicken, some fried chicken after that. Yo, if you threw me on the porch, like, what in car nation? It's the damn Bulls nation. I was jumping on it. But I don't know, like, Heineken to me and stuff that has like a kind of like a different kind of finish.
Yeah.
But I noticed that, like, yo, like, some black folks love them. Some
I was
fucking
about
Heineken.
to, I was about to ask, and I'm not sure if is it black folk or is it West Indian?
Probably West Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
like,
I was gonna ask. What caused the affinity of West Indians and Heineken?
because it's the Amsterdam Netherlands beer or whatever, right? And the import. I don't know. Maybe because
Could
it was probably easier to come by and stuff, whatever. Because I feel like
could be. If it's coming around the same port as Guinness, because Guinness is another West Indian staple, right? So if you're thinking if it's coming from that side, then yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Y'all love y'all some Heineken. Keep that shit away from me.
Heineken specialist. Bro.
Next poll was, does the local news affect your mental health? And 70% say yes. How do you feel about this? Do you agree with this?
No, not really, because I don't watch that much local news, and now when I do catch it, it's like it's nothing new because I've seen it on social media news. So to be honest, it doesn't really affect me in that way. I would say probably though those who like I was saying at the beginning when this whole thing started is that if you look at a certain segment of the population, let's say baby boomers and older, right? You have some that are up on technology, right? Mm-hmm. But I would think maybe the majority knows probably just something about computers, really not on social media that much, so they heavily rely on
local
traditional media, right? So that'll be television, that'll be radio, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at traditional television, news is on an hourly cycle.
What do you mean?
Like, for instance,
I think CP24 to my knowledge, and like the new dedicated news channels might be like that,
right? But I'm saying apart from those ones that run like constant like that, you have different, like you have CTV, you have different newses throughout like that time period, and they're staggered amongst channels, and they're all giving you the same information. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can catch news at 6:30, you can catch news at 7, you can catch news at 7:30, just by those just by those channels alone. Not to mention the CP24s and that 24-hour news channel that runs locally. Right. So if you're a person who's always trying to be on top of things, you might be switching between 3 or 4 different news channels as a baby boomer trying to get information like that. That I can see kind of becoming stressful, and maybe psychologically damaging. But you're doing it to yourself at that point.
Very true. See, I look at, you're right. I feel like you're right and stuff, whatever, on that aspect, because tons of people have that choice.
Yeah.
Right? And it's that choice to say either off with the channel or off with the channel.
Right.
And if you're staying on and stuff like that, plugged in for that long, I mean, it's good. You might just be programmed and know all the damn news within, I don't say that day, but I want to say half of that day.
Half of that
Depends
day.
if you catch it early morning.
Yeah.
Or you catch it like the evening or the nighttime, 11 o'clock.
But I mean, and that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, if you're somebody that's constantly on it, if you've caught it in the morning, probably by 6 p.m. later on, not that much has changed. You know what I mean? It's just really not that much has changed.
No, some shit might have happened with it.
Something might, but
minor,
yeah, it's
like 80% of what you got before was
right
earlier this morning.
Yeah.
They might have just added
and
another 20%.
It just recycled throughout the day. Maybe you got a new a breaking news to just put in there on it.
Yeah.
But it's generally the same news that you're getting.
Pretty much. You're right about that. I don't know. So you agree with that? Most people get their news from social media more than TV now.
I believe so. Again, a certain segment. Like if I believe if you're a baby boomer or older, I think you're still like depending on like traditional news and so forth like that to get what your information is.
Yeah, I feel like the art of so the CP24's example here.
Yeah.
What is it? CNN in America, they got the headline news channel.
Right.
That's just straight headline news. CTV news channels and stuff like those type of particular channels. I feel like they're needed because they just kind of give you the compressed news, like kind of like the compressed news. And if you want to follow up more or go into more detail,
right,
you probably got to look it up your damn self because they're giving you this thing and then you have to chase it by yourself.
Right.
Most of TV is kind of behind times to me, man. Like I feel like.
And that's why I say, like, yeah, I'll catch it on the news, but it's information that I've already caught on social media.
Yeah, like, even like, okay, I have a specific app for a news thing.
Right.
And they have segments and stuff like within the daytime to say, like, you know, we'll live stream for you, like, on your phone to show you, like, what's popping off on this channel. Okay. And I think that's dope.
Yeah.
Because my thing and stuff is, like, what if I might not have that luxury to say I'm going to be at home or at a TV to kind of process or take in the information?
Yeah.
At least I can see it and stuff whatever like there if I choose to.
Right.
But other than that, like the bits and pieces and stuff of information and stuff, I still have to kind of chase once I hear it and stuff.
Of
it's kind of
course,
like Capitol Hill.
Right.
Capitol Hill, when the Capitol Hill thing popped off, damn, it was this year. Fuck.
Yeah.
It was January. When Capitol Hill popped off and everything like that, I was probably nowhere near like a TV.
Yeah.
At work and everything like that. And I want to say it came to a moment where I probably looked at my phone and I just see, I'm like, what the fuck are they fighting? Like, what's going on? And then you see like tragedy in America and all this type of stuff. I'm like, yo. So I finally went by TV at work and there's you're seeing people like climb up on other people and everything. Like, I was like, oh, this shit.
So now, because now you're in research mode. You're that generation that says, okay, I need to know more, and I don't have to wait for this to recycle to come back around again to the beginning to tell me what it is.
Yes, sir.
I'm just jumping on Google and going to find whatever I need to find.
Like they're not dead because, like you said, it's that population.
Yeah,
that's still gonna adhere to it. But I mean, it's kind of like it's archaic if you don't put it online.
Yeah,
it's archaic if you don't put it online. If you're not putting it online, then I feel like you're wasting your channel, wasting your thing. That's why like all these channels, HBOs, like all NBC, they have these streaming services.
All of them.
Because people need to, I want to say, regurgitate these things and stuff or digest these things in like a to-go format.
Right.
Right? Because the TV and the rating thing and stuff is not going to get them the kick and stuff that they need anymore, right?
Nah.
So, yeah. I don't know. So let's get into this 9/11 news aspect or talk. 20 years pass, right? Condolences to all the families and a lot of people that lost ones and all the above. Yes, I feel like the world's changed since. Mm-hmm. Do you still have any 9/11 conspiracies? You got a fucking 9/11 conspiracy book right there.
Yeah.
Or a conspiracy book in general right there.
Shout out to Lucky. I think Lucky
I see the Twin Towers burning on
brought that over. Brought that over.
It's intense. It's intense.
The third plane that supposedly went into
Pentagon?
the Pentagon, right? And I say supposedly because
there's
no debris or no evidence left, right? And so it's funny because when the day that it happened, I was at work, and after the first plane hit the building, it was kind of just like, okay, everything else is being tossed out. This is live news coverage, right? And this is, and again, this is what I'm saying, right? This is thinking 20 years ago, we weren't at that space where we looked at social media to give us that news. So it's still the radio, still the television dominating things. So we were there, we're just around the radio and so forth like that. And I can't remember the name of the reporter, but it was a woman, and she had said the third plane, which I guess was going towards Martha Vineyards at the time, was being escorted by 2 U.S. fighter jets, right? Now, after I heard her say on that newscast, I have never heard anything about
the reporter.
No, about that plane
gotcha.
being escorted by 2 fighter jets again. I did hear the whole story of the brave few that said it ain't gonna go down like that.
The one that went down in Pennsylvania,
right? It ain't gonna go down like that. Flight 93. They're gonna go ahead and commandeer the plane back. But this one flight with the 2 fighter jets beside, I never heard anything else about it. And I was like, did they, figure there's no saving that plane, and they gunned it down, and we just now we're not knowing. We gotta wait to they unseal some records to find out about some shit. So that's my one. That's my one thing that I still have about 9/11. How about you?
I think my only 9/11 conspiracy is still like the parts of the Pentagon thing. Like, I don't know, the when was it? Is it Jesse the Body Ventura?
Yeah.
He had a conspiracy theory show like a little back in the day.
Right.
The first episode I think they had was about like 9/11 and the Pentagon thing. And like when they were showing it, they're like, yo, if it was the plane like just going in, let's say flat, like crashing in,
right,
it could make that kind of impact. Something landing from the air to that particular side, not even like the roof piece, but the side. I was like, it's a bit dodgy, mate. A bit bloody dodgy, yeah?
Right.
Bloody dodgy.
Right.
So I was looking at that. I was like, and they can't find no pieces.
Nothing.
And I get the Pentagon is like a secure vault, like about information, everything like that, whatever. But I'm like, not even like a body or two kind of launched from outside, like
not even a piece of luggage, like no debris from the plane, like nothing.
They made it seem like it was like a flight from Porter Airlines or something, or from downtown airports, or whatever. Like, one of those local flights.
Right.
So I was like, oh, with this shit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just shut my pie hole. Yeah. Hopefully they're not watching my TV while I'm watching this shit. And then I just kind of, it made me think. I thought about like Flight 93.
Yeah.
Like the longest and stuff for it, because my thing and stuff is that it was supposed to land in Cleveland.
Okay.
And got rerouted. And then I think it was supposed to be heading towards that neck of the woods. I'm just trying to understand the stuff. Where do you think Flight 93 was been going? 2, one went to each tower.
Right.
One went to the Pentagon.
Right.
There's so many other places to head that direction. The White House, Capitol Hill. Before the Trump raid, excuse me. Trump allegedly is accused for it. Lincoln Memorial. There's so many other places that this thing could go and make this effect. Right?
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, like, where do you think possibility this plane could have been heading to? It crashed in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I mean, could have been the White House, man.
To go into Washington. Yeah.
Could have been on its way to Washington.
I feel like they made their mark with New York and everything like that. Me and somebody and stuff like years ago, like maybe over a decade ago, because a decade ago.
Right.
We were talking about it. And I was like, I think they did all the damage in New York, and the person said, "Nah, like you still got fucking Lady Liberty to look at. Lady Liberty is a symbol of America, If you're gonna make a mark and scratch America, either you go for White House, or you go for Lady Liberty.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's when you really do prove a point, because Ellis Island has been thumping along with Lady Liberty on that bitch like forever.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh. So I was like, it was always like a little random mystery.
But I think really with the whole Trade Center was that
they tried to do it in '93 though, right?
They tried to blow it. Yeah, they tried,
93.
and that's when they started putting up the big barriers so you couldn't park anything close to it. Right. But I think with that, it was a symbol of, yeah, we may not be able to fuck with your military might, but your financial institutions, we can cripple. We can shut down. We can cripple. Because majority of the, a lot of the financial institutions were housed in those buildings.
Yes, they were.
So if you're thinking,
they didn't call it the World Trade for nothing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you're thinking, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, okay, listen, we can't hurt you military wise, but your economic, we could show we could take it down.
Well, I mean, if
they took it down, they did.
I mean, if it fucks with your money and stuff, that might fuck with your military, though, won't it? I mean, soldiers, I'm assuming, want to be paid.
Yeah.
And things in the military wise ain't cheap. Like a Tomahawk missile we spoke about was like 30 racks.
Yeah.
Just for a missile, not plural, multiple. But like this just costs money.
But I feel like with the military budget, I think that's already said and done, and it's set aside, and nothing can be touched or nothing can affect that.
Facts. But that's what I'm saying. If that money's spent, right, or the money's already taken out, like say set account over here, and it's moved to like this like already spent type of pile,
right.
If everything is froze up here, you're not getting no money to come back in that account.
True.
They might tell you either you fuck what you have now, or until we get our financial shit situated, you ain't getting no funds.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. Rob Ford. The money train stops here.
The money train stops.
The gravy train. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
he's probably rolling in the grave right now with Trudeau calling the election.
Oh, shit.
He's like, no, taxpayer.
Yo, how fast did the people like pertaining to Trudeau forget about like brown face or like the? Because I'm like, yo, the pandemic came, and people just kind of washed away. Like, remember that came at the ending of the last campaign piece, like a month before or a few weeks before,
right?
The last election, right? And like the 2019 run, and then out of nowhere, this thing just kind of just evaporates. He wins again, evaporates, wins again, and now we're looking at stuff. I'm like, they're like, yeah, he's ruined the country with the CERB and the money spent and the da-da-da. Like, pick me. Y'all forget about brownface? Clearly, and we had this discussion though.
Yeah.
People don't really give a fuck about the blackface or the brown faces and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Only for the time period and stuff, they'll make the noise.
Right.
And then it's just gone.
It's gone, man.
It's kind of like Drake. Drake did a blackface.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my gosh, Drake did it. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. There's nothing.
Julianne Hough is blackface. She has a dancing show.
It's
gone.
It
like,
doesn't live long no more. It does not live long no more. Ask people if they still remember about the SN Lavalin scandal or whatever that company was named.
Oh, the SN, SRNC,
whatever the company. But ain't nobody talking about that scandal.
No, that's just like null and void now. They're like just more concerned. I think the American election, like I said, the American election is about race and COVID.
Right.
I feel like this thing and stuff over here is just more pertaining to indigenous folks.
Yes.
And COVID.
Yeah.
And I see that from a specific point of view.
I think they just gave us a holiday coming up. I don't know if it's end of this month.
For the indigenous folk?
Yeah. Truth and Reconciliation Day. This is supposed to be a national holiday.
Paid and sponsored by the Trudeau campaign.
Yo, let's just throw this. The timing, right? It's the timing, right?
All right, we're done talking. That's
what
I'm
the timing.
saying.
Let's just throw that.
I was like, yo, I just like how y'all trying to finesse that shit in campaign time.
I mean, you didn't think about throwing about it when we was finding the bodies.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, we gonna wait. Then they're like, oh, we were looking over the books and everything. Once 212 like little girls' corpses were found,
right?
I think that should have been a definitely moment and stuff. They had the moment of silence.
Yes.
We're not downplaying that.
Yes.
But this is a top priority kind of thing and stuff where there were so many reform schools.
Right.
And this story is not unique to just one reform school. So you might as well just kind of throw the day up and be like, all right, say if we go to this school area and we just find 10 bodies and everything, we're just adding. But that bitch is over like the thousands.
So my question is this, because it is over the thousands, but my question is this, right? From the last report that you have heard of, right? How long ago was that?
August, about mid-August.
Mid-August.
I want to say like close to the 13th.
Okay. Did they stop searching after that? Because
Campaign, baby. Campaign's here. They done searching for now. Anything will smear the Trudeau Foundation. Yo. If you're already sitting and stuff, why are you gonna keep searching? Search after. If you win again,
we're gonna give this day.
Yo,
we'll give you this day. So I mean, you fry your burgers. You know what I mean? You cook your glizzies.
Glizzies. Still a dumbass name.
And then after the election, we'll get back. And we'll like the body count will probably be astronomical by then. But the Trudeau government, he's hoping that they'll be already back in power, and it's just we'll deal with it then.
I think so too. I wanted to talk about Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yes.
So the Blue's Clues meme was popping up all over the place. I seen the video. You seen the video. Let me speak about my generation real quick. And this is not all pertaining to millennials.
Right.
Right? Because I want to say part of that Blue's Clues kick kind of concerns the beginners of the Generation Y? Generation Z.
Okay.
Generation Z, because I'm a millennial, Y2K.
Right.
Right? His message that he was saying, like, you've come so far, he my bad, I left you and all that type of stuff. Us as millennials, I definitely had to say it. I don't want to say we're soft, but I want to say that we're kind of entitled to feel like we need to be coddled.
Okay.
This man picked up to go live his life.
Yeah.
To go do what he had to do.
Yeah.
He don't owe nobody shit.
Nah.
He had a contract he fulfilled. They say the networks is like, yo, you know what? Your stubbles are coming in too much. You kind of look like a pedophile on this bitch.
Right.
We ship your ass to school.
Yeah.
We take a bootleg little brother or your younger brother.
Yeah.
And everything, and then you just go about your business and stuff for them. Like Hollywood is Hollywood.
Of course.
Hollywood is Hollywood. I feel like he didn't need to say all that and stuff, whatever. But I guess some people just felt a type of way. They probably ran into my man and they're like, yo, you ain't coddled us, man. You just abandoned us. That's what the man's like, hey. I know I did a dick move. I went off to school without you. My bad. Fuck you apologizing for. Live your life.
I almost probably would have wanted to see a video of Blue 20 years later.
Right?
Show me Blue 20 years later, right? If he ain't got no little puppies or anything like that.
Yeah, there has to be, man.
Yeah.
Some puppies somewhere and shit. Because I always look at it where, no disrespect to some dogs, but I don't remember some dogs living past like some 20 odd years.
This is true.
Right? So I was just looking at this thing and stuff like, I mean, you're there, you're thumping and going. If the show's still going on and stuff, then more power. But I want to say like certain shows and stuff kind of fell off with the groups and the squads. So I kind of get it and I see it. But we, like I said, millennials and stuff, a good portion, we were told, or from the previous generation or our parents saying, go to school, like university or college.
Right.
Get educated, find a career, and everything's supposed to just land in place.
Yeah.
Shit didn't turn out to be like that. That's why we have the highest level of depression compared to like the previous generation and this current generation and stuff like that, right?
Right.
We don't. I guess some people might need the coddling thing, but you should try and tap into your love and support corner. If you do not have a love and support corner, then there's hotlines and there's outreaches, there's programs that you can tap into and stuff, whatever. This man's message was not really needed, and this was something you already should have known.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say like what he was doing and stuff, whatever. He could have been like, hi, I went off to school. I didn't finish school. I went to do lines of cocaine, and it was great.
Right.
I just want to say I'm sorry. Like, fuck all that. You don't need to say anything and stuff, whatever. I think
you were a TV show.
you're a TV.
You were a TV show.
Give me fucking girlfriends.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm Tracy Ellis Ross. I'm blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, our bad. We didn't finish off the show for you and everything. I'm like, so this.
And it was so funny because when I was watching the clip, I was waiting for him to say like some wild shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm here for this.
That's what I was online. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, who's this dude with this hat? I'm like, he looked like the Blues Clues. I'm like, no shit, that's him. I was like, oh shit, he about to say
He got arrested for something.
I was thinking he was like, yo, I got a sex change in this bitch. I went from Steve to Stephanie. You know, he called me Stephanie. I call her Heffany. Nah, it was
like,
basic shit. I was like,
I went to school. I was like, dude, all right. Let many people go to school.
we like I said, we have this kind of thing as millennials and stuff. I add myself into the mix because, like I said, I am a millennial. I have a few people and stuff. You know, they're in denial. When you hear this episode, you know who the fuck I'm talking about.
You know who you are.
But I just constantly look at it where we shouldn't have to say like, you know, this is a safety net or this is something to make us feel better. Because you must have felt the type of way. Like, if you didn't pay attention to Blue's Clues, this whole conversation about Steve is null and void.
Nothing to do
null
with
and void and stuff. If you know the idea of Blue's Clues, whatever, now you probably seen the memes and stuff. Like, you're looking like, wait, what? And then if you see the video, you're like, okay.
He would have like, geez, he must have had a lot of people that missed him. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, I wasn't one of them.
No, definitely not my punk ass.
I wasn't one of them.
So I was like, I don't know, because the whole thing, like, I'm looking at, like, all right, stress. We go through that much stress where we need certain things and stuff for that to be explained, but I feel like there's a level where we can try and understand and master our own stressors, because your stress and my stress are two different things.
Right.
Yes, we shared this podcast together, but you have your own world popping off for like the other days of the week, and I have my other world and stuff, whatever. Right, and then
we share a common stress of the podcast, but that's not the only stress that we carry.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, but I feel like a lot of people want to make my stress. I want to make my stress your stress. Like I feel like, all right, there's grandiose narcissism, victim narcissism. So victim narcissism stuff is, I'm feeling this fucked up, so you got to cater to me.
Right.
Why? Why?
You think it's just from a lack of people just knowing how to handle their own stress? That they feel like if they do
you think people can handle their own stress in today's time?
Some.
Give me out of 10.
Out of 10, I want to say possibly 4.
Can handle their stress. I said
stress.
fucking 2.
You said 2?
I said 2. Because I feel like everybody you talk to and stuff, whatever, like, you be like, yo, how's life and everything? It's like somebody's just like exhaling some weed smoke. Like, nigga, where do I start? Whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking like, you ain't got shit secured down in your world and everything. I'm not saying like air out your business.
Right.
But I'm like, if you got a handle on some shit, whatever, like, all right, your car, something's going, your car is making a type of sound.
Yes.
You know you got to take it to mechanic, and you probably have an idea how much it might cost to fix it.
Right.
I feel like you already got a handle on the stress. You just don't know how much money, like how soon it'll take you to get the money for it.
Okay, yeah.
But you have a
you have a plan.
You have a plan.
Yeah.
A way to kind of handle it and stuff with it. But people and stuff like, it's like they're dropped or faced with an issue, and it's kind of like, yo, the whole world shuts. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like you take away a person's ability to use like the calculator function and stuff on their cell phone.
Right.
Motherfuckers can do basic arithmetic.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, when I think like 4 out of 10, it's mainly that purpose too, where you say something and it's like like almost like, where do I begin? But I find a lot of times when I approach people and they do that, they kind of follow it up like with, okay, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. So that they found a way
So
to
they have
kind
a
of
plan.
handle it. They've kind of found a way to manage it and maybe not be 100% there, but they've started it, right? And I feel this we've been through so much that we realize, okay, I mean, we talk about it all the time. So a lot of times you have to be your own rescue,
Yeah, you got to be part of your own
right?
rescue for sure.
You can't expect people to just solve your problems, especially when we're in a time where everybody's got problems trying to solve their own shit, and they might have their roadmap, but the roadmap that they have is not necessarily a path that you can go down.
True.
Right? So for you to just be able to project your problems onto them, hoping that there's some sort of solution that might come from it, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a time where, like, the news is there's constant stuff on the news.
Yeah.
Apart from the news, we're in lockdowns. We're out of lockdowns.
Especially here, we double dutch with those bitches.
Dude,
Be like,
because-
lockdown, stay at home.
It's like you roll the dice.
Stay at home, stay at home, stay at home, stay at home. And then like,
It's like Yahtzee.
and now they're like, what, the possible fourth wave coming here. and
Right.
everything.
People hear wave and start to get stressed.
Yeah, they hear waving for real. And you know the wild thing too is that I knew somebody recently caught COVID last
Okay.
month, right? Got COVID last month, and on their COVID, let's say PCR sheet, like results,
Yeah.
when it said COVID positive, it wasn't a Delta strain. It wasn't a variant.
No.
It was the regular.
It was
So
19. It was from
19,
2019. Still
Exactly. Still
around.
circling around.
Still around.
Regular degular.
Yeah.
So the variants didn't even get to set person. Like, you know, which them all the best? They got their better and stuff now. But I'm
Right.
looking at them like, if 2 years later the regular shit is still going on and stuff, whatever, fuck you mean? Like, yo, don't sleep. Don't get laxed and everything. Yeah, it will give another level of stress and stuff, whatever, to a person.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have a plan on how to handle it or something like that, it doesn't make it that bad.
No.
And I start looking at like certain type of stresses and stuff. Like me, I was looking at after the Steve thing,
Right.
my son started school. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a kindergarten kid now, so you know.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I think my new level of stress started with that.
The new level started
'Cause, like,
with that.
Before I was looking at it, I was like, oh, he doesn't really go to school like in the city. He go to suburbs, and I was like, my first thing, my black ass started thinking about whatever. Like I woke up like that morning and everything. I was like, I hope we get him to the city because most of the time the city schools have less probability of school shooters. I was like, yo, my stress level was just like, I was like, my anxiety's whooping my ass 3:00 in the fucking morning. I'm losing my
Your
shit.
son going into
Kindergarten, I'm worried
and
about
already. You worried about school shooters.
Yo.
Yeah, the stress will do it too.
Just stress, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at them like, yo, bullies. I was thinking about like bullies and everything and stuff like that. Like, I had a handle on bullies because I don't want to say I was a bully, but I did really suffer from the Napoleon complex back then.
Right.
So it's kind of like, yo, I'm that little fucking chihuahua and they kind of get up on you and stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So bullies was really an issue for me.
Right.
Bullies wasn't an issue for me, but I'm like, can't speak about my son. We grew up in two different times, two different worlds.
Yeah.
Right? I don't try to preach about like to him about the fighting thing and stuff yet.
Nah, you're too young. He's still too young for it.
Kids should eat, poop, and play right now.
Yeah.
Eat, poop, and play and just try to learn as much as they
I
can.
didn't have that talk with my son until probably like maybe 4 or 5. I think grade 4 or 5, and I think that's when he got into his first altercation.
Okay.
And I was like, listen, in every situation, you got to think of the best way of handling it, right? And if you can walk away, if both of you can walk away with maybe not coming to some agreement, but agreeing to disagree and leave it at that, then that's what you're looking out for. But if someone, I'm not telling you to go be that guy who's the aggressor, but at the same time, you got to defend yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I feel like that's something that carries over into your adult life.
Right.
You're not trying to be the aggressor, but you should be able to like attempt to try and defend.
Of course, yeah.
Because even as an adult, if you're getting bombarded by like a group of people or something like that, whatever, you might have to wait for the police if you call for them and stuff like that. But until then, can you hold down the fort until then?
You gotta hold down the fort
and
until then.
and if you can't defend the stuff till then, they come to scoop your, God rest, your body or something like that. Or something worse might happen.
Right.
So I feel like you gotta have the ability to defend.
Yeah. So I tell them that much, but I mean, you just going into kindergarten, man. I don't think he got to worry about bullies just yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He might be one of those, might be one or two little aggressive ones, but
yeah, be like, what's that toy? Mine. Mine. And like, I see my son in action and stuff, and he's like, hold up, man. He a thug.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They're kind of stocky too, so you
a tank.
You ain't gotta worry about eggs, man.
Yeah, he a tank, whatever. He can hold it down. See, okay, so what do you think? Like, I call it parental paranoia and stuff, right? That's why I felt like for me it was parental paranoia.
Yeah,
a form of stress.
Right.
Like, what are you more afraid of and stuff as a parent with school kids? With a school kid, bullies.
Yeah.
Or the internet.
I would have to say probably the internet.
I kind of figured. Let me hear that.
Because, I mean, quite honest, my son will probably have more interactions on the internet than he would with seeing just a regular bully.
But like, let's say he's on a Zoom class thing with someone else.
Right.
And like, you might have that one bully and stuff on his Zoom chat thing, not even paying attention. He probably got his damn notebook all rolled up right down the fucking Zoom thing. Should be laid on his desk. Like, you know the ones that don't give a fuck? You can always spot an ex-con or a felon in the making. Because it's kind of like, yo, apply yourself.
Cartman on
what, South Park?
South Park, he used to put a picture of himself in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And play video games all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for a fact there's some asshole kid and stuff, whatever there. And like, your son just mind his business and like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like little boys and stuff, we're just known for the shits.
Right.
The shits.
Right.
Be like, yo, you're not your average Joseph. You look gay on your webcam. Like some shit like that. And she gay is a slur. Especially these kids.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? You look gay, you look soft on your webcam. You're like, not paying attention to you. I'm paying attention to this fucking teacher. Like,
right.
You want to fight me? You don't like me? Fight me. Yo, where do you live?
But okay, so I haven't used Zoom to that extent to where it's like a multiple person setting.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if there's a way that you could just block that one person's camera and that one person's microphone, so you don't have to see or hear from them.
Possible if you're like hosts.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if you're a host and stuff, whatever, you should have like those kind of accesses and privileges.
Right. So maybe if you don't personally have it as a student, maybe like, okay, teacher, this Kevin's bothering me. He's been saying this, that, and the third for it. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna shut Kevin's camera feed down, turn off Kevin's mic. She contacts Kevin, you're harassing so and so and so. From now on, you just can only hear my voices. That we won't hear you this until you decide that you can behave appropriately and treat your classmates appropriately.
Okay, so now the bully aspect and stuff, whatever, right? Kevin's like, yo, not your average Joseph fucking snitched on me.
Yeah.
So now Kevin, it's so funny you chose the name fucking Kevin, because I'm thinking about Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had an account for regular Kevin Durant,
right? And
he had the backup to defend Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So if you talk shit about Kevin Durant number one, Kevin Durant number two is doing all the fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, it wasn't hard for the official Kevin Durant to do some shit like that. Much less, how hard is it for a kid who has nothing else to do but to bully and fuck with you to create another account to come at you?
But he's got to create that other. He's got to create that other account and then hopefully find you on some other type of social media because he won't be able to do it through Zoom.
It ain't hard to find people and shit.
No, it's not hard at all. But I mean, if you're gonna worry about Kevin, there's a million other kids that you're gonna have to worry about.
And so that's what I'm saying. This is why I feel bullies is still more precedent than like the internet.
Right.
But the internet, I feel like why the internet might be a problem to me as a parent is because the level of restrictions. I feel like if you don't put certain type of level of restrictions and stuff like that, you could run into a fear factor type of thing. Right. But I still kind of cite cyberbullying still part of bullying. Compared to like the internet side and stuff, whatever. Because I mean, if you put the restrictions on, maybe your kids won't be able to see porn. Maybe your kids won't be able to see certain type of things or access type of things, or you limit their time and stuff like that. I feel like it's easier to get a handle on something like that. That's kind of more within your range compared to like a full person. You got to try and put stoppage to, because you might have to contact school and principal will be like, "Yo, Kevin is fucking with not your average."
Put a fork in that. What do you feel about the Chinese government banning video games to from elementary school age children?
Yeah, I feel.
How do you think that's gonna work?
Chinese government is a different kind of beast in general.
Yes.
The fact that they got their own social medias because they want to fuck with our social medias and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one type of level of control and stuff. And that's why I said, I mean, people talking about government's trying to take away our freedoms, our liberties. Bitch, you better count your blessings you weren't born in China. Count your fucking blessings because there's 1.5 billion of them.
Yeah.
Count your blessings you weren't born in China. I don't have an issue with them banning the video games and stuff like that for like younger children. That age group, because the internet is a thing. Like I said, and the bullying is a thing. If you're a video gamer or you know a gamer and stuff, whatever, who's been playing like say Modern Warfare, right? So that's Call of Duty 4, and we'll say circa time frame. Let's say for shits and giggles, we'll say like 2008.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Internet's now ramped up. Now they're doing online chats and stuff for them in these games and stuff like that. I got from a young Caucasian kid.
Yeah.
I want to say less than 10 years old.
Yeah.
I went around.
Right.
You fucking nigger, you nigger piece of shit. Nigger, you think you're special when stuff was wrong with you. You should go eat some fried chicken somewhere and put down the goddamn controller. I'm like, where your mom at, man? Where your mom at?
Milking the cows.
Yo, the man went in on me, and I was looking like, holy. But I'm of mind and body and sound.
Right.
To know for a fact, like, you know, kicking old school, sticks and stones break my bones, but words never hurt me.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And meanwhile, you're also kicking his ass. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah. Like, you're only bitching because you're losing.
Right, yeah.
Right. But then there's some people, or like, I want to say, like I said, I'm not saying all millennials, but there's a portion of them like, oh my gosh, this person who doesn't know me said all these bad words about me.
Yeah.
What do I do with this? I'm like, you okay? No. Some guy called me a fucking nigger.
Yeah.
Where did you see him? I didn't see him. I just heard his voice online through an avatar. Fuck out of my face, man.
But again, it's not knowing how to process this, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you say. It's just like you're saying. Like that person is taking what's being said to heart when the person who's saying it knows absolutely nothing about you. To begin to say those things are true. He can say them, but he can't say those things are true. Right. So at the end of the day, you got to realize, okay, yeah, whatever. You know nothing about me. You're just flapping off your mouth because I'm kicking your ass right now. I'd have sent shots up your stomach and told you your mama's around the corner waiting for you with a body bag.
Anytime they're like, yo, you suck, I'm like, your mom's titty. I always be saying that, just kind of call it a day. But I don't feel like those elementary school kids, like in China.
Right.
Not even no disrespect to them, but I don't feel like they're mature enough to deal with some shit like that. Because I feel like at that time, like the same way you had the conversation with your son, like 4th, 5th grade time and stuff. I feel like that time, like, yo, there's gonna be some people out here that's not gonna be on your team.
Right.
Don't stress, don't fret. Just do you,
Yeah.
hold true, be brave, and like, you know, hold that down. A conversation has to be had within the parents.
It's got to be had.
But I've witnessed stuff myself where I've probably purchased other Call of Duties and stuff like that, and I've seen the parents come with them because it's a mature thing.
Yeah.
And the parents are just there just to buy it and hand it off to the kid.
Yeah.
And then just leave the kid to the devices.
Right.
So I'm like, do you know the internet danger? I'm not saying like somebody's gonna say like, hey kid, you think you got skills, you should come to this game tournament and try to kidnap them and stuff for them.
Right.
But I'm like, there's a lot of shit that's said and done, and then much as some kids and stuff when they go at it, they'll be in their own game mode and stuff, and they're not old enough to even buy a cigarette and be like, motherfucker, sucker, monkey, dick. Like, you know, I'm like, yo, chill. Why are you talking like that?
Yeah.
Yo, what kind, was it Orbit's gum? To clean a dirty mouth. Like, how do you have his dirty ass mouth like this, whatever? You're a grade schooler.
I'd have got my son going ham one day, and I had to be like, listen.
Yeah, you have to step in.
I said I had to be like, listen, and because a lot of the times they can't, they're so young, they can't even separate themselves from the video game world to the actual world. And he was playing one day with his friends, and I forgot, one of the friends wasn't doing something within the squad. And he had got so like, he was like livid.
Your
like,
son sound like Pat Riley.
he was like, his head was like, I had to
Pat Riley. That's that Pat Riley vein. That's what I call it.
I
Man.
had to tell him, I had to tell him, like, go chill. I like, yo, it's like, it's just a game, bro. I said, and like, if you're gonna be so worked up over a game,
Give me the goddamn game.
turn it off, man. It's not worth it. You're supposed to be having fun. You know what I mean? So what if he didn't do what he did and your guy died? The avatar died. You're still here living, kicking, breathing. You can play the game again to start over.
And this is where like I consider you like a good parent,
Right.
Because there's some parents that don't have this kind of conversation. I've been playing games and I heard some shit like, Timmy, dinner. Shut the fuck up, mom. I'm trying to get this kill streak. I'm like, God damn. Could never say that to Marva. She beat the fuck out of me. Yo, I get backhands like some fucking Bruce Lee flick.
You'd be playing in front of you at the pearly gates and you line it. What am I doing here?
Yeah. All white and everything. St. Peter's, what you doing here? Where my game at? Oh, you're dead. Your mama killed you.
Your mama slapped the 9 lives out of you.
So that's I'm like,
thought you was Catman.
I feel like, these kids, they're developing stress.
Yeah.
At an earlier kind of.
Oh yeah.
thing. Like I look at it stuff whatever. The stress that I had, let's say in that elementary to middle school transition. Are my shoes gonna be clean enough? Because I used to wear like tons of sneakers.
Yeah.
Would said chick give me a hug? Wasn't fucking. So like, would said chick give me a hug? And hopefully I can get all this damn video game shit in when I can. Because it's kind of like, if I don't have the game, we should trade video games. Yo, let me borrow this game. I'll let you borrow this, let me borrow that. So like, it was kind of like that type of thing. And then Blockbuster Video was still pumping back this, like, fuck you if you don't want to let me borrow the game.
I'll go rent it.
And you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
My stresses were a lot lower. I never had online gaming.
No.
Could I be ready enough for online gaming and stuff then, whatever? For me back then, probably not.
No.
Because damn near for sure I was more of a firecracker and stuff than what I am now.
But I mean, even think of the type of games we played back then to the type of games that are being played now. Like, right, back then when we bought a game, bought a game, or rented a game, we had the ability to finish that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it. We either moved on to something else. If we really like that game, we play that game over, or we put it down. Now, there's no ending to these games.
Right.
There's always a downloadable content. There's always something for you to do. So now you feel like you want to finish it.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Because I remember even I had a conversation one time with your brother-in-law.
Okay.
When I had the conversation with him and stuff, and he's like, yo, he likes campaign. He don't want to fuck with nobody online. This is his time to kind of just free his mind.
Right.
And he just run his mission. And then when it's done, it's done.
It's done. Okay.
You have the campaign and then you have the multiplayer thing.
Right.
I look at it stuff as where I was in a point where, honestly, not in my world all like that, but salute to Benji and stuff for that. I want to say him and I used to always play games together when we were younger.
Yeah.
And he was my only competition, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, those type fighting games and stuff like that, right? And if he wasn't close by, I have really basically just the computer to play against.
Okay.
But like actual person now with the online capability and stuff, and I can go online.
Just open up the world.
Open up the world.
Right.
So it's kind of like we both have this game and we both can go online and stuff like that, whatever, right? The time of like manners in general, like mannerisms and stuff, whatever, like it passed a lot of people. We spoke about this.
Yeah,
I feel like etiquette classes should be a must and manners and stuff as well. So I might go on there like, what's up? How you going? How you doing? You good? All right. Let's get to this and stuff, whatever, right? Yeah, motherfucker be like, hey, what's up? How you do? Suck my balls, loser. Be like, well, goddamn. What's in your heart?
We know what side of the bed you woke up on this morning.
Yo, like, what's in your heart? Who pissed in your cornflakes?
Let me ask you this. Do you feel that I'll say high school, but maybe even as earlier as maybe even elementary school, there should be programs within the classroom to help people recognize and deal with stress?
Yes.
It's needed now, right?
Yes. I feel like just me. I feel like I didn't utilize guidance counselors like you're supposed to utilize guidance counselors.
I don't think any of us.
I just looked at guidance counselors as somebody to help you get your fucking schedule changed.
Yeah.
Or switch a class.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And I feel like if now they had like it may sound corny coming from me and everything like that or whack, but I feel like there should be like at least like in a class, let's say homeroom, for example.
Yeah.
Homeroom's not that long. It's like a kumbaya circle.
Okay.
Like they like, you know, like what's going on, all this type of stuff. Be like, yo, this is a safe zone.
Yeah.
Not saying you gotta really put your business out there like that, whatever, but like, you know, what's fucking with you.
Right.
Or what's bothering you, whatever, right? And I'm saying like you may not have to do it in like a full circle, like the full classroom and stuff, but like one at a time, like homeroom teacher.
Yeah.
Will have like a one-on-one convo and stuff. Like, all right, you guys settle down. Let me take attendance. All right, cool. All right, well, if you're gonna wait a little bit before like school start. Be like, yo, how you doing? You know, Mr. Marvelous. Is everything good with you at home? Is anything bothering you at home? So one-on-one thing. It's kind of like teacher
away from all the other students.
from everybody else's stuff, whatever, right? Even if the kid's like, nah, I'm good, I'm fine. Let you know.
Yeah.
If you're not fine,
Yeah.
feel free to talk to me or the guidance counselor and stuff if something's up with you and everything like that. It's like the power of numbers thing you were saying and stuff, whatever. Like, 1 out of 10 have to say yes or
Right.
maybe.
Or maybe.
You know what I'm saying? You might get to one person and be like, yo, is everything kosher with you? Be like, same way. You're like, well, they're too young for cigarettes though, so they might be like, they still make the little smoking little chiclet gum.
The Popeye cigarette.
The Popeye. Oh yeah, you remember
Popeye
the
cigarettes.
the little bubblegum smoke. Teach, where do I begin? Right? And at least the teacher's like, okay, let's try and help
Right.
set person like to the best of their abilities. I'm not saying teacher has to be like guidance counselor, but to the best of their abilities where they can try and troubleshoot. And if it's beyond them,
then go
send them to
the guidance counselor.
Aha.
Yeah. But I was about to say, but at least equip them with some basic stuff so they could recognize certain things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and some people like we don't have the basics, and I feel like we spoke about it several times on this podcast when it came to like schooling and stuff and how they're preparing our children for things. Like if you gave me a class about how to deal with mortgages, credit, and all that type of stuff, I'm pretty sure you won't have like these get your credit right or get your credit up type of campaigns everywhere if this shit was taught. This is like real life adult shit, and I feel like not too many real life adult shit is kind of taught in most of form of public schools when I went to school. Yeah. I don't know what it is and stuff now.
Listen, man, I mean, that whole credit thing, like I learned that in high school, but I only learned that in high school taking business math. So can you imagine, like,
if you didn't take business
math? If I didn't take business math, and like that is a skill that's just as important as, I want to say more important in certain situations than anything else that you could learn in high school.
Facts. Man, what was it? I heard Jay-Z said, I hated algebra, but I left my money to multiply. I was like, let's get like a money handling course. Yeah. Whatever, right? Or a class and everything. Shit. Hell, if you even thought as an elective and stuff like that, and I'm a parent and I see some shit or I get wind of this as an elective, be like, what elective you're taking? I'm taking band. No, the fuck you're not. You're gonna take this damn money class and stuff,
take
whatever.
this money class.
Because I can tell you about a few things and stuff like that, but they might know some more shit that I don't know.
Of course.
And the transition as parent and stuff, I'm trying to make you go from good to great.
Yeah.
You want to give your kids the shit you never had or the things you never had. You know, so I don't know.
So mortgage class and how to deal with stress. We'll recommend that.
Yes.
Debbie's rum punch got me tongue twisted right now.
He's lost on the sauce.
Lost on the sauce. But we're recommending those to be introduced into the school curriculum because I mean
they're substantial.
It's substantial,
man.
especially with the dealing with stress. Because if we're grown adults finding it hard to deal with stress, just imagine these school kids.
And these kids aren't even allowed to smoke weed or drink alcohol.
Just imagine these school kids who can't escape it.
They can't exactly.
Yeah.
They can't escape it, right?
I mean, they're saying video game addiction is rising, and you can see.
And some of them were supposed to use that as an escape, but now it's their reality.
It's their reality.
It's their reality and stuff, whatever, right? Like I remember I seen a thing where somebody said, like the internet world is kind of like was the fake world. Because people will go in there with avatars, fake names, and all that type of stuff.
Yes.
But people live there. So how do you call something fake when people actually just reside there? Like you look at some of these meme pages, you might not see a fucking photo of the person who owns this shit.
No.
The Justin LaBoy dude, whatever, right?
Right.
LA boy or LaBoy. Like, yo, his page and stuff, whatever, is just riddled with his thoughts and his words and his comments and his quotes. And it was like, where you seen a photo of him?
Yeah.
This is what dictates the stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
So, I mean, like, you had a person like that. You can't say the person's not real. But now, if you live in the real world and stuff, whatever, you're like, Justin who?
Yeah.
But in the fake world, the internet world stuff, you know Justin? You know Justin?
You don't know
the
Justin.
whole quotes? You know all this shit?
How could he not know Justin?
Exactly. Like the Logan Pauls and the Jake Pauls.
Yeah.
They're internet people.
Right.
Are they fake stars? But they've been doing it so much that world has become a reality now.
That world is definitely a
reality.
They're come on, man. They're making more money than the stars we know on TV and in the film game.
Yes.
Right? It's like these are because we're not into that. We're not deep into that medium, and we don't know them for who they are. Doesn't mean that they are not important in that world where they reside in.
Yeah, man. So I look at it like, yo, salute to them. You got to give credit and credit's due. Give them the respect and the props because that's in that world that they're in. But
bro, when I seen I don't know if you've seen this Family Feud, but he had the #1 gamer Ninja on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know who dude was.
Yeah.
But my son Marquise knew who he was.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's part of Marquise's world, right?
Right.
And then Ninja was playing against this NFL football player, right?
All from the other celebrities' family.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So here it is, two different worlds, right? Mm-hmm. But their demographic is still the same. So while Ninja is the A1 god in the gaming world, here's this NFL football player who grew up playing video games.
Who knows who Ninja is?
Who knows who Ninja is, but has been on a partner on a campaign on Fortnite with the said Ninja, right? So it's like two different worlds. A world that I'm used to, NFL football, right? A world that I'm not so used to, right? On a format that's as old as time, the Family Feud. Right? Is old as time. And I'm saying to myself, wow, there's a lot of people who are watching Family Feud right now that don't know either of these people.
Very true.
Don't know either of these people.
Right, because the NFL football career is probably like maybe the average like 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have this gamer thing. Especially if you're watching Family Feud since, what's the pervert with all the rings? My hero? The
Richard
old
Dawson?
host. Yeah. I'm like, Richard something. He'd be like, hey, how you doing?
King
Shirley?
Dawson.
Mwah.
Mwah. He's going to take this kiss on your cheek.
I was like, hey, my man, I need you to back the fuck off my woman, man.
And niggas be smiling and shit when they be kissing them. Oh, you just got kissed by Richard Dawson.
Yeah. Shirley, how's it going today? Mwah, there you go. Hold on. Yo, watch your mouth, man.
You smell good. Oh, it complimented it. You smell good.
So I mean, yeah, if you're watching it from back then and then you're watching it now and everything to like the Steve Harvey time, it's a different, like you're this nostalgic feeling is there because you know how the setup is, right, and how you know how everything is.
The game hasn't changed.
The game hasn't
all.
changed. Just the people, and the time, That's it. So I mean, yes, you can see where the two worlds and stuff, whatever, were bound to intersect, and it's up to the people to kind of just say either who, or just like or just watch it for the show. But at the end of the day, the name is still in there.
Yeah.
Because one Ninja went on there, I think, well, he normally dyes his hair different type of colors.
Right.
Pink, I think the episode, blue. I seen him in like different colors.
I think it was blue. I think it was blue.
Green. He has all types of shit and stuff with her. And this man legit makes $1 million a month, over $1 million a month from just streaming. So $12 million a year is going to this man's pockets.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, you know now.
When Steve was like, he was like, you may not know. Basically, he goes, you remember telling all your kids not to play video games? This guy makes. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow. Yeah. Well, kudos for him, man. I mean, it's hard to even fathom getting to that point where you can even make money off of what you love doing, right?
True.
To the point where you're not even making money off of what you do, but you're like top of the food chain doing it. So
like the women with the OnlyFans accounts, the top friends. Salute to OnlyFans, man. Thank you for changing your policy, man. April Fools,
we trying to
the creators and curators and stuff, whatever. They stood the forefront and they held it down. See, togetherness.
We still trying to get Miss Parker from Friday up on there, but we'll see what's good.
I'll watch a MILF porn any day. I'm into the suburban moms. So,
suburban moms.
I'm into the suburban moms.
Milkman, when you come to drop off the milk?
Yeah, I don't think it's milk he's dropping off.
Yeah,
skeet. So, I wanted to agree, breeze on credit, not getting credit when credit's due.
Yeah, that seems to be going around a lot nowadays.
We had our moments and stuff, whatever, with Seth Rockefeller person.
Yeah.
Taking our stuff.
Yeah.
People take stuff on the internet all the time. And is it who which is more important? The first with it or the best to do it?
Who's more important?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the best to do it.
Ooh. Talk about it.
Because I think if you're the best to do it, you're the one that's most likely gonna be remembered.
So even if you built everything off my principle, let's say I'm the first to do it,
right,
and you're the best to do it,
right?
You built everything off my principle and stuff, whatever. Do I get credit in your world?
If I decide to give you credit, it is. Come on, it is what it is. Yeah. A lot of times, we know this. A lot of times, things are being taken without giving credit, and then passed off as their very own. Right?
Yeah,
it's like it's a very few. I walk up. I don't know, but there's people out there who are honest and will give credit when there's credit due. I was actually having a conversation with this one lady, and I said something, and she goes, "You know what? That's profound. Do you mind if I post that?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "I mean, what good is knowledge or a thought if it just resides with me alone? Like, you know what I mean? It's like
very true.
It doesn't benefit me if I just keep it to myself. It's
wisdom, money, and love are things you should share.
You should share, right?" So
right.
She goes, "Thank you." And she goes, "Don't worry, I'll give you credit for it."
Dope.
So I said, hey, even better, right? She goes, "Yeah." At least people know where it's coming from. That are genuine and honest people. But you have people.
That's a rarity.
It's a rarity. You'll have people steal memes, throw that shit up in the editor, crop out whoever said that shit and pass it off like it's their very own. I know because I've done it a few times. So
I'm not only a client, I'm the player president.
So I know how the game works, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, for instance, someone may have never known that you came up with the name Kittens Mittens for a website.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Somebody decides to say, hey, they heard it on the show and say, hey, that's a nice name for a website. I love cats. I love knitting mittens. And they say, bam, they come up with a kitten mitten store. Right. They putting all the freshest fly. They got like Nike mittens. They got the Adidas mittens for your kitten. You know what I mean? Nice little booties and shit like that. People now who've never heard the podcast but are in love with cats.
Yeah.
Go on to Kitten Mittens, all of a sudden, oh shit, this is the best store in the world. Who would have thought of this?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. There's not gonna be in the corner Kittens Mittens. Inspired by Silver King Marvis of the Podical Sons. It's not happening. It's not happening. We're getting screwed out of the idea, man. Getting screwed out of the idea. But that's who's gonna be remembered. So and that's going to be considered the great
best.
one.
Okay. Gotcha. I always kind of respect the first.
I have tons of respect for the first. I'm like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I see something fly and I repost it, I'm always giving credit from where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Right? I'm never taking credit for something that is not mine. That's a lie, because I just told you that I did take credit for something that's not mine. Cropping out.
He's an internet pirate, matey.
In most cases,
right.
if it's fire, like I have this one friend, he is meme thief number one, bro.
Yo, not even him though. I want to say, like, I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Has a little OG in their name. Okay, all right. So, who is it? The rapper dude. Fuck. It's Fred something, man. Bald head dude, look like Skinny Shug.
Frodo Star? Not Frodo Star.
No, Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs.
I remember he posted some shit like Debo or whatever. He's like, yo, Debo, my grandma gave me that chain. It's not your chain, almost my chain. It's like one of those, like, it's not your meme, it's my meme now.
Right.
Our meme.
Yeah.
There's no fucking credit going out for his shit. He's just like, can't, boom. But because he's a rapper, blue check, celebrity scene and stuff like that.
Yes.
You could have probably put blood, sweat, and tears into creating this meme to kind of get that point across.
Right.
As we take it, shit, that Freddie meme slap. That Freddie meme's a slap. Y'all didn't see that, and you're like, but I made it.
So let me ask you this: how important are receipts right now?
Oh, receipts have always been fucking important to me.
Yeah,
because I feel like, and to like a grander scale, receipts can stand up in court.
Right.
If it gets that serious.
Right.
If it gets that serious, receipts can stand up in court. Right. And I feel like a lot of people and stuff, they tend to exclude the hierarchy of some things. And like the hierarchy is still like the courts and the governments and everything like that. Right.
Yeah.
So if need be and stuff, whatever, be like, yo, did you really say it? Put up or shut up now. Can this shit hold its weight in gold in court?
Right.
Some people and stuff that things can't hold their weight and stuff in court. Right. And if it can, this is where the receipts come into play. I'm a fan of receipts because I like to see, like, I'm afraid of broken telephone. I've always been afraid of broken telephone and stuff like that, where it might be this, and by the time it gets down to you, it's probably been stepped on and remixed.
Totally different.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I like to know where some things come from. Like, what is it? The first time I heard "Think Therefore You Are."
Okay.
When somebody gave it to me, they said Shakespeare said it. It wasn't Shakespeare. It was Rene Descartes.
Okay.
That's the originator of the phrase.
Think therefore you are.
Yeah, you think therefore you are and stuff, right? So I was like, but why everybody was selling the thing? Because like people were kind of trying to associate with to be or not to be. That's Shakespeare.
Right.
So then people just kind of like, well, since Shakespeare did that, he had to do "Think Therefore You Are."
Yeah.
Right? And I was like,
meanwhile, Shakespeare heard "Think Therefore You Are" and just remixed it and said, to be or not to be.
Right. So I mean, like, if that, I'm not saying everybody's gonna go to like Jeopardy or Family Feud or like some kind of type of thing and stuff, or it might be a useless fact.
Yeah.
But in any cases, though, it's always good to give credit when credit's due. And I feel like a lot of times, like we talked about people giving roses and shit like that. People don't give no fucking roses and stuff most of the time for credit. People might tell you who a Socrates is, like we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Aristotle, and some people might forget about Plato.
Yeah.
And Plato was the teacher for Aristotle, who taught and worked his way down, right? Yeah. So I mean, it tends to get lost like that. I like to go to the original and to see where it truly based itself from. Yeah. And then to see where it kind of watered down from, because 1,000 times you don't know where it's just coming from. I seen a legit Denzel Washington meme, right, from like Man on Fire, and the wording wasn't from Man on Fire, the movie. I know Man on Fire. Yes, Man on Fire is one of those movies. Denzel makes some movies that kind of get me, pull the heartstrings. John Q.
Don't even talk about John Q, bro.
That was it. Like Denzel, like, and I'm saying Denzel's not a great actor. I'm just saying he's, like he's there. Yeah. John Q and Man on Fire, some hits, and I kind of watch those movies that much stuff, whatever. Where like I'm like,
you know the phrase.
Yeah, I remember the wording from this.
Right.
But I see the meme and everything like, and motherfuckers take this like, this nigga Denzel said it in Man on Fire. When? You legit take the same word and run it in Google search. Vladimir Putin said it. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just the guy that brings the bad guys to God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people look at like, yeah, Man on Fire. He was dealing with those motherfuckers and stuff. He was getting that little girl. He was doing it for the little girl. He was murdering motherfuckers for the girl. And they look like, no. We got that Russian leader sitting there pretty and well.
Yeah.
I've seen presidents change and I've seen Putin hasn't. So, ta-da. How you like me now?
I feel like I'm going to pass and Putin going to be in power.
I think one of his kids might.
You think one of his kids might?
I don't even
think he's trying to die, bro.
No, he's fit. He doing.
Listen, bro. Putin's not trying to die no time soon. I think he's gonna be around by the time I'm ready to kick to still be a president and shit.
Facts. I see it like that and stuff, whatever too. I don't know. That was just a thought though. But I think paying homage and stuff and credit, I feel like can go a long way. But I agree with what you were saying and stuff, but it pertains to the best. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, cannabis. It's not who strikes the first, it's about who strikes the hardest.
And especially, again, in today's culture, right? It's like, it's just like you say, it's so easy for one person to be able to reach masses because of who they might be or their following, versus somebody who just might be just your regular, a few friends here, a few friends there, but always saying mad profound shit, but it's just never reaching out to the volumes where this one person may be. And this one person may be like, could you imagine? I mean, come on. There's got to be people out there that search for just people who just have small amount of followings, but may say some profound shit every time they post.
So say the sun.
And just take that shit and flip it, and somebody else is out there looking at reading like,
Biggs Burke.
Thank you, God, for sending that man. He's profound.
Yeah. Give roses.
Give roses, that's all.
Give roses.
Give roses, that's all.
Let's get to the question of the week, man.
Question of the week.
All right. Question of the week. What would people say you were meant to do?
Somebody told me I was meant to be a preacher.
A preacher.
Yeah. You see that? You see it?
I see that.
You see it?
I see that. You're way more cleaner than I am.
Yeah.
I could be like a Gary V type of preacher and stuff.
Be a Gary V preacher.
You said that was messing with you. Fuck him. Like, I can run with that. You know what? People said I was meant to be was a lawyer because I talk too much. They said I talk too much, but I was trying to stick with some facts and to try to prove a point.
You, Mr. Non-judgmental.
I don't want to judge.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about the probably lawyers is just the money.
It's true.
Just the money and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, they did, but I feel like specific lawyers have like a reputation and stuff about them, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, I feel like sometimes they talk bad about like, public defenders, Like, oh, they're just here just to do a thing and stuff, and they don't really care.
Yeah, it's collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, but I mean, some people are probably trying to etch a claim and actually do something and stuff with it. But like,
Right.
if it seems like a fruitless battle,
Yeah.
do you really blame the public defender? Like, I don't know. So, if I could be a public defender, I just look at them straight goods. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna try my best. That's all I'm gonna do, my best.
Yeah.
So if my best is not good enough for you, like I seen some things where some guy had a gambling problem. Like recently, this is in the great wild wild world,
Yeah.
aka Florida.
Yeah.
They're in a different rank. My man's like, yo, yeah, I've been kicked out of casinos and everything like that. I heard a public defender trying to give you a damn deal. I ain't fucking with that, Your Honor. I want this. I'm like, well, goddamn, you just shitted on the public defender that they gave you. He's like, no, we're gonna get back in it. Just let me serve some days. I'm like, he's trying to do that. I'm like, first and foremost, if I was that kind of lawyer, I'd have been like, Your Honor, with all due respect, bleep him. I'm out. You can throw the book at him and stuff, whatever. I don't got time for this.
That's not why I wash my hands.
So I don't know, like, people say I was meant to be a lawyer,
Right.
but I am who I am, and I feel like you create your own destiny.
Yeah.
You don't let people try to throw a little life on the world on you that
Yeah.
you don't want to, co-sign and stuff.
And only
like
truly,
that.
only you know who you're truly supposed to be. I mean, you may not know it right off the bat, but
It takes time.
Takes time. So I was soul searching, figuring out where you are, and then you kind of
Working within your means.
Yeah.
Because you might have that situation where opportunity presents itself where Kylie Jenner where your family might have some things kind of pre-established and you want to try a thing and then boom, bomb because you're the push of your family.
Yeah.
And that's just your fate and your luck.
yeah.
Right?
And things pop up all the time. I mean, listen, when we were in high school, podcasts weren't even a thing. For even us to say, hey, when we grow up, we want to be podcasters.
Very true.
But look at us now. We're podcasters.
Very true. Well said. Okay, man. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. First Ask the Sons question comes from Levi the Butcher. In your opinion, which movies are overrated?
Fast and Furious.
Yo,
The entire series.
that was fast. You said that fast and furiously.
Yeah. The entire series.
Celebrity sex tapes.
I don't think I've seen that.
You never seen any celebrity sex tapes?
Oh! I
In
thought
general?
I thought you meant
No,
like
one
there's a
movie.
movie
I
called
know.
Celebrity Sex Tapes.
Yo, those celebrity sex tapes, man. Yo, Black China let me down.
Did she let you down?
Yo, Black China, I always had a thing for Black China ever since like Tiger with the whole Rack City and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, she look ratchet, but it looks like a ratchet that I just want to get into.
Yeah.
And then when I see her sex tape and realize she can't suck a dick for nothing, I was like, you know what? This is a letdown. It was overrated hype for y'all see the Black China sex tape? I was like, okay.
Yeah. Just be like,
Yeah.
What was the best celebrity sex tape that you've seen?
You know what?
Would it have to be for me? It would have to be the
Ray J. I was gonna say,
It had
like,
to
you
be
know
the Ray
what?
J and Kim.
The Ray J and Kim, like, like,
because they had some production behind that.
yo,
They had titling.
fuck all that. The greatest thing about that, whatever, was like, I want to say, the script was freestyle, but I still feel like we on that drug called love, y'all. It's like Ray J with the bar.
They walking on the beach.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Kim
production
throwing it
value.
back, whatever, sucking the dick, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that production value.
yeah, I was like, oh, like that was probably it wasn't overrated. Like Pamela Anderson thing, overrated.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, the one night in Paris with the night vision shit.
Yeah.
Whack. Like, yo,
Whack.
like
Didn't Eve have one too? Didn't Eve? Oh,
Yeah,
or is it not? It was a knockoff Eve.
I think it was it might have been Eve. It
Yeah.
kind of looked like Eve. It was like
Yeah.
a knockoff Eve. But I think like dildos getting popping on her.
Right,
And
right,
everything
right.
like that. So you're looking like, it's kind of great. It's like, that's like they feel like watching Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's like, is it her? Is it not her? You're looking like this. Like, where my binocs at? You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like they kind of get overhyped and they don't really live up to things. So those are the movies for me. Maybe because I'm a pervert. I don't know. Next question comes from Dire Wolfie. Was good. Not seen that name before.
Wolfie. Repeat question there.
Yeah.
Respect.
What is something that a lot of people find attractive but turns you off? Ooh.
Those first slippers.
The Rihanna thought flops.
Yeah,
The thought flops.
whatever they are, man.
I call them the thought flops. They're like, I know what you're talking.
I call
Well, it's
them,
not even the Riri's though, because they even have knockoff ones and
I call
stuff
them
too.
little poodles on your foot.
Yo, I think what kills me and stuff is I see like certain chicks wear them out like in public and then
Yeah.
wear them around the house. I'm like, look how much fecal matter you probably picked up outside and to track that bitch all in your house. Yo,
Right?
I'm not fucking with the outside shit on the inside shit too.
Yeah, man. It's like, you listen, man. Buy 2 pairs. Have 1 pair for the outdoors. You come in, you slide those ones off your feet. You slide on your indoor pairs.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Just make sure that they're 2 different color first, so you don't get that shit mixed up.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Fake eyelashes.
Talk about it.
I'm not a fan of like the fake eyelash game and stuff like that. I've never once said to anybody, yo, Smooth, I was gonna fuck her, but her eyelashes just kind of threw me off and stuff, whatever. It's still gonna get done.
Yeah.
But my thing and stuff is that if you can barely open your eyes and then I just see like this, like, you know, it's like a little like, hey, how's life treating you type of shit like that. I'm gonna look at you like, you know what, I'm gonna go this way. It was splendid to meet you.
They got this style.
It looks like My Little Pony to
They
me.
got this style where there's like there's gaps in between. I mean, I don't know if you ever seen those eyelashes, where there's like eyelash hair gap. Eyelash hair gap,
I call that Who Raised You. Like, just like there's no such thing as natural eyelashes like that. Like, yo, just let eyelashes be
Just
free.
let eyelashes be free, man.
Let
Just
eyelashes be free.
Eyelashes be free.
Eyelashes don't mean shit to like straight man. I don't think that average straight man.
Now that you say that, right? Going back to our previous, I don't know if it was the last episode or episode before, when we were saying things that have been said to you and you don't know how to take.
Yeah, like a few episodes back.
Right. My grade 2 teacher used to tell me I have adorable eyelashes that young girls would steal.
Oh, the compliment one. Yeah,
Yeah,
weird
the compliment one.
Yeah.
And I was like,
this last one.
how do I take that? You saying I have girly eyelashes? Or you just saying I have nice looking eyelashes? How do I take that? I got eyelashes that girls would want to steal. Like, okay, all right. Now that you say eyelashes, that just brought that one back to memory.
Yeah, I don't know. Fake eyelashes don't do it for me. Fake eyelashes don't do it for me and stuff like that. Like I think it's more of a distraction to me.
Yeah.
So like, let's just get in a dim light setting, preferably dark. Where I don't have to see you blink. Like, I think it might fuck with me that much and stuff. Whatever. Like, 'cause I like to look people in their eyes. Like,
Right.
I look you in your eye and everything like that. I'm not concentrating on your fucking eyelashes.
But apparently, I mean, for some people, that's the thing, right? Because, like, I mean, you
You know a guy that said, "Yo, every time the girl blinked, my dick got hard."
no, but
Okay.
batting an eyelash was a thing. Well, like a girl wanted to let you know that she was interested in you. She would bat her eyelash after you.
That's back then.
Now, and I was gonna say, granted, back then they weren't doing any fake eyelashes. It was a lot of eyeliner and that shit to make your existing eyelashes look full and shit.
That I don't mind. That I
That
don't mind.
you don't mind.
That
Okay.
I don't mind and stuff, whatever. Because it's not like eyelash extensions and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
See, the shit that kills me and stuff is that, all right, same thing you were saying. Like, to a woman will bite her lashes at you to let you know she's interested.
Right.
Right? You know how women let you know they're interested today? That's it.
That's it.
That's the look.
The look
Which
over?
camera you want me to look at? You see this camera right here?
Yeah, look at that. Show him the look. Give him the look.
That's how a woman lets you know she's fucking interested in you. And then she'll look at you like, come over, shoot your shot.
I gave you the look away.
I gave you the look away. Like, how? Who raised you?
I gave you the look away. You're supposed to know.
It was like, yo.
Yeah.
No, eyelashes don't do it for me, man. Eyelashes, no.
Eyelashes and Rihanna thought flops.
Last one comes from Ari. If you got $10,000 a day for not having sex or masturbating, how many days could you go?
I'm gonna go a year.
a year.
Yeah.
365. No jerking. No sex.
365,000 on my pocket, bro.
No jerking. No sex.
man.
You're gonna be stressed as fuck. They're like, no, I don't.
Listen. The wet dreams fall underneath that category because I can't control.
No, you can't control that.
I can't control that.
You can't control that. So you're gonna mentally force yourself to have a history?
I think natural occurrences. I think natural occurrences.
Oh,
I think the
okay.
body will say, "Hey, bro, this seed bag is a little too full.
we gonna
give you a few dreams tonight."
Yo, that's crazy. Before you wake up with like shame and wet dreams, you're like, damn. They're looking at me like, thank you.
Thank you. I was on the verge of blowing.
Yo, it's not like you know, the religious people.
Yeah.
What he will is what he will do. Like, you know, like God, my God loves me. He look out for me. Yeah.
He saved me from blue balls.
I was like, nah, maybe 60 days. I got a month.
You got a month?
I got a month.
A month in?
I got a month in. I know I can get a month in.
Yeah. All right.
For sure, I can definitely get a month in. But I think like, yo, once it gets past that month, even on like the coldest days, you're gonna be sweating like a crackhead.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, Marv, why you outside without no jacket? I need to cool down. You be like, you good? No. Yo, I had moments where I had.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd be right next to you and be like, yo, bro, what's one more day, man? That's 10 more grand, bro.
No,
that wouldn't do it. That wouldn't do it for you.
I might take $5 grand and go buy me a hooker. Like, yeah, like fuck all the dumb. Sorry, a professional, a prosty.
Like, cause day went in. Hey, I got 10 grand. What more do I need?
No, I'll try to ride it out because I would like the longest I've gone.
Yeah.
Without, I want to say, to my knowledge and stuff, whatever, without sex or masturbation, is 42 days.
Okay.
42 days.
It's not bad. Month and some change.
Yeah, a month and some change. And there's a woman that actually made me break it. She's kind of forced to weigh on to me and stuff.
Now,
like that.
is there any particular reason why were you just trying to see how long you could possibly go yourself? Or
we had a conversation and stuff, whatever. My boys and I, especially Salute to H.O., we had a conversation and stuff one day. We were talking about like, he was saying a man needs to master his sword. You can't just fall sucker to your urges.
Yes, I'm glad that you said that. Okay, continue, and then we'll develop that.
Well, because my thing and stuff is that I don't want to fall victim. I didn't really want to fall victim to my urges and stuff, whatever. Because I want to say you might put yourself in a predicament where you don't need to be.
Right.
Like I want to say accidents do happen. Let's say, quote unquote, in our world, which is fucked, was we had like the practice chicks. Yeah. You know, and the you know, you gotta. What's the slogan? You gotta slay a few dragons in order to get to your princess, whatever. Right. So. What if in the quote unquote you're slaying these dragons and they're not the type of lookers or ideal and then like condom break?
Yeah.
And now you're in this predicament and stuff like well, if you mastered your goddamn sword,
right,
you won't be out here just slaying any and everything and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I always consider myself like a hustler. Where I'm not trying to think of my dick. Like I try to chase my money.
Yeah.
Right? So I always felt like if I try to get a handle on this and stuff, I want to say as much as possible, I won't fall victim or sucker to like some situation.
It's funny that it's funny that I came to this part of the conversation because I was thinking about this a couple of days ago, and I was like, a man who can't master his sexual desires is still a boy.
Yes.
And I was like, and I was thinking about that, and I was just trying to like build a thought around that, and I was like, no, there's really not much. There's nothing more to build upon it. It is what it is. If you can't master your sexual desires and you find yourself always giving into it, right, to the point where you could be going out to do something that's going to be great to improve your standing,
right, and
you get a call, come get this pussy, and then you forget all of what's happening around here because you can't control your desire to go get some pussy. A lot of men lost good relationships with their main woman because they can't control themselves from going outside and getting some other pussy.
Jeez, what a fire question! Because I'm about to say, yeah, I know like tons of dudes and stuff, whatever. They fucked up a good thing, for a bad thing,
right?
And the person that I'm thinking about in particular and stuff, whatever, he's a good friend of mine, and for a while he was in like, I want to say lament. on the fact that how he lost said woman.
Right.
And said woman was that much of a good woman that his first child is from said woman. And the next dude that dated her, know that she was that much of a good woman, married her,
locked it up.
And had 4 babies with her.
Locked it up.
And she's like he has his own business for her, she has his own business for her, like, and they're like a conglomerate type of family.
Yes.
And the man had to look at it and stuff and hug that and be like, you know what? At least my son comes from a good woman, like a good woman and stuff, whatever. That he can honestly say, like, if he died and God was to take his life, his son will be okay.
Listen, Shaq was on a he was on a podcast the other day saying the same thing. He said, "Yo, like his first child's mom, she's like, yo, she's a good woman, and it's just him not being mature enough to understand that he had that good woman, and just like
fell victim to his puppy's urges.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He said he lost out on that, and it's like, wow, there's so many of us that, you know what I mean. It's, if you get to that point where you can control your urges, I always say rising above your animalistic nature, because you have your animalistic nature and then you have your nature of man, right? You pass your animal urges, and now you're this, I don't know if I can say more spiritual being, but somebody who's more in tune, more aware of where they need to be and where they need to go to life, and understand that these things, if you pay too much attention to these things, can be a distraction to where you're going.
It's fire though, because that's what I'm saying. Like, like you have people who would put pleasure over business. Yeah. Right? And that's an urge.
Yeah.
And that's an urge and stuff. But it doesn't have to be something sexual and stuff. But like, let's say if it's like gambling or something like that, whatever. They were like, yo, I'm going to deal with this and stuff. Like, I'm going to gamble and all this type of stuff. You might have rent to pay.
Right.
But you're going to take the damn rent money to fucking gamble and hope you're going to double up your money or make more and then some. And then when shit falls short.
It goes beyond sex, man. You pleasure itself. You're right.
Exactly.
Right.
You just put this whole pleasure situation and stuff in there because you didn't master that urge.
Right.
And now you're caught up in a situation now you're short with some of the rent money and stuff now, whatever, right? Because you were chasing your pleasures. So like your business does come before pleasure, but I mean, master the urges, man. That's a good question.
Yeah, damn good question, man.
Salute to Ari for that one.
Damn good question.
It opened up so much damn doors.
Right. Now you're gonna try to see if you can go get 2 months now. You're gonna see if you can lock in 2 months now, Marv.
Yeah.
I mean, you did the 1 month. I just know. Maybe after the summer. Maybe after the hot boy summer.
I have a city boy with it. After my little city boy little moment, I mean, like, cover season is coming, man. I don't want to be alone. Can't be alone during. It's getting cold. After a possible fourth wave.
You gotta have somebody in that group, that circle.
Once again, I am. What is it? What's my guy? Bernie Sanders. Once again, I'm asking for a COVID cutie. I'm not asking for your financial assistance. I'm asking for a COVID cutie. Yeah. Here we are at the end. So say the Suns.
Good show today, man.
Good show, real talk. So say the Suns this week. Do not give any advice if you're not willing to use it for yourself. So say the Suns. A lot of people do not practice what they friggin' preach.
Yeah.
And I feel like that has to be iterated and stuff across the board, especially with this going to our So Say the Suns page.
Right.
We are not. Can I be bold and speak for both of us?
Sure.
We are not people on stuff that are just telling you these things and not putting them into full action and effect.
No. A lot of the stuff that we're saying
is from our real life.
Yeah, it's coming from our real life.
Our real life. And we put it into action and stuff, and it's kind of like, like we said, wisdom, money, and love, those are 3 things you cannot take to the grave.
You gotta share that shit.
You gotta share that shit. So if this is our wisdom, and if our wisdom can help you, like my line, Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. Like if we did that, we went through that.
Yeah.
Take these words and stuff so you don't have to go through those type of nooks and crannies and chronicles. Or if you're going through it, let it be known you're not the only one.
Yeah.
We've been through it and we're with you and stuff, whether you like it or not, mentally or spiritually or figuratively, we're there for you.
Yeah. And we got a whole page dedicated, man. If you go on IG and you'll
So
follow
say the Sons cannot die.
Just go to just type in "So Says the Sons." We got an entire page that's dedicated to just the quotes that we've been coming up with. And like Marv says, based upon our own experiences,
Yes.
and based upon the knowledge that we've gained, if we haven't experienced it personally ourselves, and a lot of times it's something that might be common sense, but remixed into a flavor that it just grabs you more. So
Yes, sir.
again, if you're looking for motivational quotes, if you're looking for anything to get you up and going, for sure add the So Says the Sons page to your IG, as well as at the Podical Sons, but you're gonna get the regular bullshit with everything else.
Right.
That's just how we roll on that page.
Am I know that and behave yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Marv seldom behaves, so we had to start another page where we can just interact without his input.
This is very true. It's well needed.
Yes.
Let's not deny that.
No.
I'm still trying to master that urge.
You're still mastering that one. That one eludes you.
It's so hard.
That one is hard.
He's so hard.
I get it, Marv. I get it.
Yes. Yes. Like, comment, subscribe for this episode as well. We appreciate you. Thank you for taking another episode in with the Podical Sons.
Thank you.
Once again, like, comment, subscribe, all aspects wherever you're getting this. And once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.